Greetings, welcome to the channel. Today, as I was getting ready, I opened up my energy and heard, what did I hear? It was sit in stillness, quiet the mind, don't overthink. And I saw what looked like a skull and crossbones symbol and maybe a butterfly behind it, so it kind of made me think of the death moth, which symbols death and endings. And so you might be trying to figure out what to do next, what to do about a situation you're in, or how to move out of something and how to move on, or maybe if you've let go of an old past situation, where you're supposed to go next. And I think the idea is to accept endings, let things die out that no longer serve you in the present, accept that you're moving on, and just try to keep your mind clear and try to go with the flow and not think too hard about what to do about certain people, places, things, situations. And as I always like to say, you could try meditation, you could try Tai Chi class or something, yin yogas, those are nice. And of course, just getting up for a long walk to help clear your mind. Interesting. 10 is also a number of peaks and endings. And 19 works out to a 10. So it's kind of a similar concept. Peak energies, peak like the climax of a chapter in a book, a resolution and ending and moving on to a new cycle. Sacrifice, yeah, letting things go. Colorless angel, let me get out the book on that one. Parasite could just be the old cycle of your life, the old chapter that you needed to acknowledge an ending to. That could be a certain energy, person, connection, group, community that you realized was kind of draining your energy, draining you energetically or even monetarily. And when someone or something is draining you energetically, it can lead to physical illness. It is a thing, like mental stress can lead to physical problems. Let me get out the book for this colorless angel. And sacrifice just tells me of letting go of the past. And it can feel like a sacrifice because that's what you've known, that's what you're comfortable with, that's what you've been conditioned to be used to and accepting of and normal. And maybe you say abusive behavior that was normalized, you came to see it as unhealthy for you and possibly others. And so you had to let go of the connection, and that was the sacrifice. Putting up your boundaries. 10. It's better not to feel rather than feel pain. Denial, okay. A dark horse. Okay, there's a horse. I did not notice that at first. Princess proudly in the background, unnoticed by a man kneeling upon a pond. He wears a crown of mirth. His face is expressionless. Behind him, wings of smoke and bones grow or disappear. Apathy is the crowned king of nothingness and the shining queen of whatever. Going dark, we can be Siegfried, the dragon-slaying hero, but not when he slays the dragon, nor when he is betrayed and dies, but when he is simply doing nothing. We can be Michael the Archangel when he waits bored and motionless, and St. George surprised in the moment of stillness and nothingness. All the strong rivers become a swamp when they reach the plains, and the most yummy food can become gummy after a couple of hours unattended on a table. There's a lot of darkness when we make the habit of going gray. We numb our senses with a fog of delays. Then we just get indifferent to the fog herself. I'm here, we whisper. And if by a very tiny chance someone notices and replies and asks who's there, we become shy and stay silent a little more. You cannot be saved unless you face the dragon. The dragon hurts. Of course it does. Interesting. Okay. So, yeah. The parasite is the dragon. Maybe a toxic situation or community or person you're connected to, and you have been like trying to just numb yourself to it, to stay numb, staying in denial about how much pain you were feeling. And what you have to, what you're coming to understand is the need to face that demon. And it could be even like an addiction hunting you from within. You need to face it and let that old you die, that old lifestyle, that old system, that old cycle, in order to protect and revive the child I was meant to be, the inner child, the sense, moving on and to your future with a sense of wonder and exploration and curiosity and creativity and finding joy in like the simple things in life, that sort of thing. Yeah. Letting yourself feel anger, pain, hurt, disappointment, resentment, and understanding the need to let the emotions rise up so you can not only process and release them, but realize that you sit in stillness, kind of that, not for too long, don't procrastinate forever, but also let answers come to you by clearing your mind on what to do next. And to become queen of my world. So, like, yeah, this character is ready to make sacrifice an old system, an old cycle, to come into her power. Whether you're male or female, it's just an example. And raise hell if needs be in order to protect herself, her emotional and mental health and peace. And that's what she's passionate about in this picture. This parasite could also be raising storms for you, and you're trying to just kind of drown it out, stay numb to it, just to get along, to go along. That could be the past cycle, the past energy that was keeping you stuck in old cycles that were unhealthy for you. Atonement. And you realize how much it was wounding you inside. And atonement could mean just forgiving yourself and making things up to yourself. And of course, anyone else who you may have acted towards in an unhealthy way to keep this situation, this, say toxic past cycle smooth and unbothered and uncontested and no pushback or anything like that. Yes, regrets, and that this old cycle maybe have put you in a place of regret, especially trying to sit there, going along to get along type of thing, trying to drown it out, stay numb to it, and then realizing the need to stand up and defend yourself. Yeah, you're out of... won't cry for you. I think 22 is the number of master teacher, and just kind of whatever you leaving behind, you've run out of tears for, save your tears for your own pain, right? Not anyone who's trying to make you feel guilty or gaslit about your own pain and making it about them. You may be facing someone trying to get revenge for any rejection. Okay. Go for the higher self. It's been a little while. Anything to add? Worthiness. Yeah, figuring out, learning, coming to the conclusion by sitting in stillness, letting things go, accepting endings, that you are worthy of protecting your mental and emotional peace. Your inner child is worthy of love and protection. Finding the strength to stand up for those things and know your own worth and your own value and be willing to protect that with self-respect, and which can include going to bat for yourself, standing up for yourself, and that could be setting boundaries, walking away from old patterns and cycles, following your intuition. And that's what sitting in stillness, accepting endings, let the answers come to you. That's what that is about. Accepting yourself as worthy of love and protection and mental and emotional peace. Living a life of joy and creativity. These are the obstacles you have to overcome, and the octopus is a very wily and problem-solving creature. Go with the flow. That also fits right in with how I started. Okay. And balance. All right, what else do I want to add? Maybe what's blocking you? I haven't got that one out in a little while. Oh, these two fill out. We're unworthy again. Look at this. This could be something you're struggling with. Rushing. Can't hurry love. The right one is coming in perfect divine timing. And that includes learning how to pour love into yourself. That can take time. It can take the aid of a professional therapist if needs be. Anything else? Don't be too quick to count someone out. Be open and give them a fair chance. All right. These could be other connections you might be feeling estranged with. Maybe you're judging them just to give yourself a reason not to atone, as one of the cards said, and take accountability, or be open and honest with your feelings. You need to express how you feel to the one you love and see how they feel in return. And this came out in the last reading, if that resonated with you. Changing them. Trying to change someone never works. Accept them as they are or move on. Okay, this could apply to either a certain connection on your mind with whom you may be trying to keep yourself from rushing in and keep yourself from judging them for maybe holding up boundaries with you. And it could also mean this old energy, perhaps old connections, that you were giving too much in hopes of getting to them to love you more, but they just made you feel unlovable and unworthy. And that's something you're working your way out of, or been working your way out of. And this could be past energy or current energy. You could have passed this phase. This could be an old phase that you've worked your way out of. If so, congratulations. Otherwise, if it's something you're currently in the middle of and working on, don't give up on yourself. Tell yourself you are worth the effort of working to grow and change and evolve. Yeah, addressing your own insecurities. They were old connections that you were giving too much to, were kind of taking advantage of your insecurities to make you feel unlovable and unworthy. And that's something you had to recognize and come out of, like this denial and muting yourself and numbing yourself, and find your strength to protect yourself and protect your peace. Yeah, you were neglecting yourself. One more. Anything else? Fear of loneliness. Yeah, all those things compounded or definitely speak to, if these are things that are troubling you, weighing you down, speak to inner wounds that need to be looked at. And it can take strength to get help to look at those things and work on those things. And it definitely takes strength, and it can take some help, whether from a qualified professional or from trusted friends who you know will be open and honest, like tell you the no BS truth, like, oh, I think your habit of doing X can kind of lead to this self-sabotaging effect of Y. And then when your trusted connection says that to you, if you turn to them for advice, just chew on that for a while. Maybe even ask a therapist about their personal opinion on it. Alright. You know what? Get out there, pets, for some encouragement. Oh, it's been a while since I did my philosopher's deck. I feel like it would fit in. Okay. Which of my beliefs do I tend to defend the most? What fears might my attachment to those beliefs be masking? The assertion of belief is an indicator of fear. Krishnamurti. Now, so is there anything you were stubbornly defending? Old beliefs that you were stubbornly defending that, maybe more and more people were beginning to question and push back on, and you were just digging your heels? Maybe some of the friends who were pushing back on that particular issue, you can ask them why they think the way they think, why they disagree, and sit and listen with an open mind. What is it? Sit in stillness, clear your mind, and the answers will come to you. Yeah, clear your mind and listen. Expectation is the root of all heartache. Oh, wait. What are the unrealistic or uncommunicated expectations or standards I have that are affecting my relationship? Okay, this can tie in with judgment, hiding feelings, rushing, maybe a particular connection on your mind. Perhaps you were expecting them to know how you felt and rush to you, and when they didn't, maybe you were judging them for not meeting your expectation. Expectation is the root of all heartache. So if you haven't put yourself out there with open, honest vulnerability and made your feelings known, then you haven't put yourself out there. And if you try and end up rejected, just accept that it wasn't meant to be and move on. It's all a part of self-security, self-assuredness, growth, maturity, and evolving in life. Here you go. Stop beating yourself up anymore. It doesn't help, and you don't deserve it. That fits right in with the feelings of unworthiness, unlovability, and needing to find your strength to combat that negative self-talk. Everything is scary and you feel vulnerable, but that doesn't mean anything is going to go wrong. Anxious feelings aren't usually indicative of reality. Okay, I think that'll be good for today. If you've made it this far into the reading, please drop a heart in the comment, click like, subscribe to the channel. I hope that this has helped somebody out there today. I will see you next time.